Welcome back to Nature's Cadence Farm. And today we're going to be doing an oil change on this Kawasaki Bayou 220. Now it's been a while since we've done the oil change on this thing, but I don't use it daily and I don't use it hard for sure. And I think what we're going to see more than likely is probably condensation in the oil because it just doesn't get up to temperature. I try to run it. When I do run it, I try to get it warmed up and get it hot, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. But we're going to see what it looks like. So let's get in here and see what it's going to take to get this oil changed in our four-wheeler here. Over here on the right-hand side of the vehicle, you'll see there's a black cap right here, and there's two. I think they're 8 millimeter. But either way, I'll tell you what size bolts these are that hold this black cap on when we get in there a little closer. And then underneath it here, there's a drain plug in the middle of the skid plate, and we'll need to get that out. I know that's a 17 millimeter. So let's get in here a little closer where you guys can see, and we'll get this cap pulled off. We'll start with the drain plug, and then we'll get this cap pulled off. So I make this drain catchment here, for the oil out of an old jug. I just cut the side out of it. It kind of makes it nice because you can pour it out of the cap once you fill this up with what you've got. Since we don't have much, I use these smaller ones, and because these only hold just a little bit of oil. In fact, I think it says right on the side of that thing how much oil it holds. But either way, let's get underneath it here and we'll get that drain plug started. And I do have this thing warmed up. I did drive it around quite a bit and get it good and hot for us. So here's that cap we were just looking at right here when I was showing you that video earlier. And so what you'll do is you'll go underneath the vehicle, underneath the quad here, and you'll see this plug right here. So this is the plug we're going to need to take off. And this is a 17 millimeter, and I've got it on a ratchet here. So we're going to get that out of there and start draining the oil. So just going to put my socket on here, loosen that up. All right, I think it's loosening up a little bit now. Yep, there we go. Here's what the drain plug looks like. Got a little crush washer on there. You can go ahead and crack the cap up here, give it a little air, maybe it'll help it drain a little faster. We'll get most of that stuff drained out of there. We'll just let it keep dripping and we'll work on something else. While that's draining down here into the pan, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get these broken free. Let's see, I need it like that, yeah. And I've got an 8 millimeter socket here on this extension. Now, you probably don't need all this. This is what I already had set up. You could use a wrench, I'm sure, or a socket, a standard socket without a extension. But this will get you away from your work a little bit. And there we go. So those weren't very tight, but they seem to be sealing fairly well. So we'll make sure we get back in there with some, tighten it up a little bit when we get going there. So let's go ahead and get the drain plug back in now so I can put the pan underneath it here to catch what comes out of here. So my kit came with a new crush washer. So if you order up this kit, and I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll put a link to this kit in the description down below. So be sure to check out the description of this video to see where you can get these things from. And like I said, this one came with a new crush washer, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. It's an aluminum washer. I'm sure I could reuse the old one if you've still got it and it's in good shape. But this one came with one, so I'm going to stick it on there. All right, I've got my drain plug or drain pan underneath it here. I've got the drain plug reinstalled, so that's taken care of. Just torqued it down. And like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this cap up. I'm expecting some oil to come out of there, and it did. Just pop these out. There. This should have the oil filter. I'm just draining the filter out into the pan so I can show you guys. All right. So there's an O-ring on here. We need to replace that when we go to put it back on there. There's a little metal shaft here that comes out. And there's the oil filter. Not too bad. It's kind of black, but that's why we're changing it. And I like to wipe out the old oil that's inside of this oil filter housing here. Way if anything kind of settled to the bottom, you know, you could get it cleaned out. We'll get you the cleanest part of the rag that you've got. Wipe that out. That looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and wipe this shaft down, and this only goes in one way. It's got a you know, the little tapered part there, so obviously it can't go in that way. So that's how you know you've got it in the right direction. So what I'm going to do is clean this cover off, and then we're going to get this O-ring pulled out of here because I've got a new one to go in. I've got my new O-ring here, so we're just going to hold on to that. What we're going to do with this here, we're just going to pop it out with this screwdriver, being very careful not to scratch up this surface. So that old O-ring is done. New O-ring goes in place just like that. So set this down. I went ahead and just put that shaft right in there. I cleaned that up fairly well. So what I'm going to do now is just open up this new filter. So I'm just going to compare the new filter with the old filter, and it looks like all the rubber stuff is in the right place. Hopefully it's the right size, you know, and everything fits. You just never know until you get kind of going with everything. I'm just going to leave that old one down in there so it doesn't drip all over the place. So we've got a new one here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some fresh clean oil. I'm going to lube this up a little bit here, which is what I've done. You can see it's already on there. And then what we're going to do is going to slide this new filter onto the shaft, and this direction doesn't matter. It can be you know, that direction or that direction, as long as it's on there. So make sure you don't have any dirt and debris on there. And then I like to put this little notch here at the top. That's the way it came out. Make sure I got all this lined up right. Yep. And put this back in here, and then get our bolts and reinstall those. Got our screws here. Got like I said, we got that orientation correct, and then we're just going to get these started by hand. And we'll go ahead and tighten them up. All right, we got it all tightened up, and that's looking great. So next up, we're going to have to get this thing, put a little oil in here. So let's pop that cap off. Yeah, you can see it's a little milky. So we'll try to do a little better job next time of keeping it running a little longer when I start it up. Got our Rotella T6 1540 here, and this oil is actually what they would call JASOMA, and that's the designation saying that it's approved for wet clutches. So if you see right here, this has the JASOMA and MA2. So that I've been using this in my four-wheelers for probably close to 20 years now. So that's that. If you have a positive, you know, feedback on that, that's great. If you have negative feedback on that, that's great too. Please let me know if you think that's not a good idea or is a good idea. If you have ever done this before, I'd love to know too. So if you do, you know, have any of that kind of feedback, that'd be awesome. I would love to hear about it. I've got a clean funnel here. I'm just going to start pouring some oil in. What we're going to do is we're going to watch it fill up down here at this sight glass. So if you see this sight glass right here, you see it kind of filling up there a little bit, and that's what I'm looking for. So it went up just a little bit, so I'm looking for, I don't know, up to the top of that line probably or so. And you'll see there's two little lines on here. There's one about right here where my finger is, and then there's another line right above it. So what you're looking for is to get the oil to about that level. And then what we'll do is we'll start it up, run it a little bit, and we'll let the oil filter over here fill up. And then we'll have to go back in a minute and, after it settles all out, and fill it up the rest of the way. Kind of like doing a car. So you'll see the level kind of increase there a little bit as we go. And I'm not pouring much in at a time because it doesn't take much to get it overfilled, but that's okay for this time because we are still filling up this, this oil filter here. So it's going to take it a minute to soak in, and just going to add a little bit more and see if we can watch it kind of go up there a little bit. So you can see the line is right down here. It's really not taking any still. It's not filling up, I guess. It is filling up, but it's not increasing the line on that. There it goes. So you can see it start to go up there a little bit. And that looks pretty good. And we'll add just a little bit more and see if it kind of shows. Yeah, see how it's moving up? See how we've got less, space up above here? So we're just about right. Just put the rest of this bottle in. This wasn't a full bottle when I started, but that's what we had, so we put that in there, and I've got more in there. So there we go. So we're right at the top of that line there going across, so that's what I'm looking for. So we'll let this funnel drain out just for a minute, and then we will start this thing up. All right, we've let our funnel drain, and it's just dripping some, but we'll put a rag on that. Clean up what I leaked out earlier everywhere. That's good. There we go. Go ahead and put this cap on here. Make sure that's good and clean underneath of it. Might as well go ahead and wipe that off while we got it apart. These poor things, they operate in probably almost the worst environment possible, besides maybe a tractor or heavy equipment. And actually, that's probably the worst. The other O-ring that comes in the kit is about this size right here, and that's for the oil fill cap. This old one here is flattened out and smashed, and this new one is a nice rounded O-ring, so it'll make a nicer seal. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning all this was completely covered with oil, probably where the original one here wasn't sealing right. So there you go. All right, got that tightened up. We got oil in here. We got the plug on there. We got the filter in here. This is good and tight. Just kind of do a quick sanity check. Wipe any extra oil off the motor, the case there. All right, let's back this thing up a little bit for you, and we'll go ahead and start it up and see what it sounds like. Here we go. Key switch on, and we probably don't need to choke it. It's probably warm enough. Let's see what happens. All right, well, you can see our oil level dropped quite a bit, which was to be expected. We just had to fill up this oil filter housing. Let me go grab some more oil. We'll top this thing off and take it for a little test drive. I don't know if you saw the level raise up and then drop back down. That's kind of mess you up the first time you do it, but that's how it kind of flows in there. So that's why I put just a little bit in at a time and then watch and see where it kind of levels out at. That's looking pretty good. I don't know if you can see that level there, but I just got a little bit of space right at the top here, and the level is right above that top mark, right where my finger is. So we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and take this thing out for a little drive, and we'll check the level when I get back. Go ahead and get our cap back on there before we forget about that. There we go. Let's go ahead and start this thing back up. Let's see what happens. All right, we just ran it for a minute there, and you can see how much the oil level has dropped. And what we're looking for is for it to be at that upper line right up there. And I'll just let it sit here for a second, and we'll see how much, how much it raises up in the next minute or so. Because it warmed up quite a bit. You can feel the engine there, it warmed up. But let's see where it ends up here, and we'll add a little bit more to it. All right, it's been setting for just a few minutes there, and you can see it raised up a little bit from what it was, but I'm just going to go ahead and top it off because I think it's about done with the level raising a little bit. So let's see what we got here. Pour just a little bit in there, and we'll let it kind of settle out and see where we end up. All right, so about halfway between those marks, we'll just put another about the same amount of splash down in there and see if we can get it to come up a little bit more. All right, well, I'm gonna put just one more little splash in there. That might be too much, but we'll see where it evens out. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. Yep, I think we got it. All right, well, that's got it for the oil level. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, and so we can go out and haul some wood. That's what I usually use this thing for, is hauling wood out of the creek bottoms and stuff.